Can you see? My sunflower seeds have germinated. There are little sprouts in there. I'm Sarah, and I'm here at the library. If you got one of our take-home craft and activity kits for spring break, then you maybe started some seeds too. If you didn't, I'll put a link under this video to a video I did last spring about starting seeds. Anyway, today what I want to do is make some pots to transplant my little baby sunflowers into. The only materials I need for this are some newspaper and some jars or cans. Your finished pots will look something like this, but you can make them whatever size you want depending upon what size jar or can you use. When you make plant pots out of newspaper, the newspaper will break down over time into your soil, and you don't have to throw anything away. You will need to break the pot a little bit so the roots can get out. We'll talk about that after I show you how to make the pots. So this is really a very easy craft that even pretty young kids can do. I'm going to start with a half sheet of newspaper, and I'm going to fold this in half to make a long strip. And then I'm going to take a jar, or you could use a can to make a smaller plant pot. A really good size might be a tomato paste can, but you'd have to be really careful to make sure there's no sharp edges. So I'm going to wrap the paper around my jar. Now, it's important that I have some of the jar sticking out of the top, and it's important that I have newspaper sticking over the bottom, because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of mush that all in there like that, and I'm going to take the jar out. So I need the jar sticking out so I can pull it out. Now you can see that's not quite a perfect pot, but I'm just going to stick my hand in and mush it down. Now my pot has a good bottom. I can fill this with dirt and plant in it. I'm just going to put my dirt, which is a little bit moist. If it wasn't moist, I might want to moisten it a bit. I don't need leaves in there. I'm going to put my dirt into my pot, tamp it down a little bit, add some more dirt, and now I'm going to plant my seeds that have already sprouted. Now, if I want to be able to plant this whole thing right in the ground, then I only want to plant one seed in each container. That way, I can just take this whole thing, tear the paper a little bit, and by then it will be pretty damp and it will be easy to tear, and plant it right in the dirt. I'm going to poke a little hole, and I'm going to take a little plant. Now, if you look here, this part here that's coming out is going to be the root. And this part here that's still inside the seed, that's where the leaves are going to be. I have one where the seed came off. Can you see those little leaves? I got this one kind of dirty, but do you see the little leaves that are going to be coming out? That was the part. That's the part that's inside the seed on this one. So since I know this is going to be the root, I'm going to poke it down into the soil. It just gives the plant a little bit of a head start. I'm going to put it in there gently and kind of put the dirt around it. Put some more dirt over the top and gently tamp it down. Now, because these seeds have already sprouted, it's not going to take very long for them to come up, but they do need water, and once they come up, they'll certainly need some sunshine. So what I'll do is I will put this pot on a plate or a tray or something, because when I water this, the newspaper is going to get soggy and some of the water will come out through the newspaper. And that's good because it means I can't really overwater my plants too much. Instead of taking these home, I decided I'd put them right here by the window in the berry room and see how they do. These have been sitting here for a little while now, and you can see that the newspaper has gotten darker colored because it's gotten kind of wet. That's fine. Like I said, that will help keep the plants from ever getting overwatered. It does mean that they can lose some moisture through the sides, and you need to make sure you keep them watered. Here's a little sunflower coming up. You can see the seed is still attached to the leaves. Pretty soon those leaves will push apart and push that seed right off, and the sunflower will continue to grow. I hope you have fun growing something in your pots too.